Hey creative friends, it's Kamela here from Creative Moms Decant. So today I'm going to show you how to cut felt flowers with your Cricut Maker. Let's go!
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me.
Let's start in Cricut Design Space with cutting felt. So I'm going to choose my Cricut Maker and then browse all materials. And I want to choose felt wool fabric. This is what I use for cutting every kind of brand of felt that I've bought. Wool fabric. So felt, wool fabric. And then right here on step 2 where it says edit tools, edit your tools and choose your rotary blade. So supposedly you can cut felt with the fine point blade and even your Explorer. I have not been successful in that, but I am successful when I use the rotary blade and my Cricut Maker 3. So I'll meet you on the mat side. I have a couple more tips and tricks for cutting felt with your Cricut Maker 3.
With an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection.
So we are using the rotary blade today. That's what we told it to use, and that's what we're using. This is it, and it is just a blade on a rotor. It's a rotary blade. So we're going to go ahead and place that into my Cricut Maker 3. You can use any type of mat with this. It doesn't really matter. You do not have to use a fabric grip mat with this. If you're not using this trick, I would recommend a fabric grip mat. The problem is your felt sticks to even the fabric grip mat, and getting all of that fabric felty fuzz off of them will ruin them. So I do this little trick here. I don't think this piece of transfer tape is cut straight. Either that or I'm just not straight today. So transfer tape upside down on your mat. Place it all, push it all down, and then remove the backing to your transfer tape. And then you're going to place your felt on and off of this for running all your flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and get all my flowers run, and I'll show you how we're going to put this awesome wood welcome felt flower sign together. So before you load your felt, move your star wheels and make sure you don't have any transfer tape hanging where it's not sticking. Those are very important things when you're cutting felt. So make sure none of the felt hangs over either. Felt is odd sizes often, unless you're buying Cricut, which I never have. But the wrinkles in my mats don't seem to bother my rotary blade, and I have really good luck except when I try to cut really tiny felt things, like those tiny leaves above the mat. Those were tough with the slits in between. But as long as you cut reasonably sized items, felt cuts easy. I'm going to finish up cutting all these materials, and I'm going to go ahead and get the HTV ironed onto my sign because I want to show you how to roll felt flowers together. It's so simple. So I usually use Cricut transfer tape, and I've never had this happen, but this did still, in my opinion, scrape up easier than all of the felt that would have been left behind. So this was, scraped up really easy here. right, so we've got everything cut here, and I want to tell you about this custom printed HTV vinyl, and then we're going to be right back to our felt flowers that we cut with our Cricut Maker. So custom printed vinyl, which I grabbed from Craft Chameleon. I absolutely love this bee pattern. It is so cute. But it comes different than normal HTV. So you have to transfer it onto the transfer tape that comes with it, which is your iron-on paper. So you're going to need to transfer this before you iron it on. And I am going to get everything ironed on. I just grabbed a simple wood board. You can pick these up off Amazon or a craft store. They come in all shapes and sizes. These are super fun. I will link the pack that I grabbed below, but just simple board here. And make sure that your surface is clean, and sometimes I do recommend you rough them up a little bit if it's really smooth. You also have to heat the wood and then place the vinyl, and you have to do it way more presses than on material. And then we're going to seal this board, and I'm going to seal it with crystal lac, and I'm going to let it dry overnight.
With an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection.
So the felt flowers work just like paper flowers if you've done those before. I will say that I did try to cut these leaves with the holes in the center, and they basically all failed. I kept a couple scraps of them in case I wanted to put them behind because I didn't cut any more, but I would say those are too small to cut. However, all my flowers and the leaves with these flowers came out just fine. But you just start rolling from one end from the end into the center. And when I'm doing paper flowers, I love these quilling tools, but the felt flowers, they don't work very well for. So I use the Cricut tweezers, and those actually work really well for this, which is too funny. But you're just going to roll flowers to the end and then hot glue the base. So I have my hot glue gun warming up. You really want to keep them even at the bottom, so keep your bottom line lined up and your flower will look better in the end. So we're just going to keep going, and I'm all the way to the end here. So I'm going to take my tweezers out, and then if you want to kind of fluff it at all, you might kind of let go and let it do that. And then these I think are easier to glue than the paper flowers. But what I do is I just take my hot glue and really? Wow. I didn't know I was that strong, but apparently I just broke my hot glue gun. Okay, seeing as I don't have a spare glue gun, we're going to see if we can make do with this one for one last rodeo, right? All right. So you want to put hot glue down in the center here. And then you place that round disc on top.
And then just kind of fluff them out once that's, hot or cooled enough that you can lay it down. And it's sticking to everything. And that is as simple as they are. Let's roll the rest of these flowers. So I'm just going to hot glue these flowers and stems where I want them, and this project is done. I will probably add a jute hanger to it, but I absolutely love it. I really want to do one of these boards now without flowers and to use like outside on our deck. Super fun. Thank you so much for joining. Have a joyful day, friends. Bye.
With an illusion like a